Well, hey there, folks. This is Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike, and I'm swarm catching today. Welcome back to Southeast Louisiana. That's right, folks. Finally got a swarm call, but I called myself. It's my swarm. Mr. Ed says they don't count when you catch them off your own colonies, but I figure it's just a natural way of doing splits. So this wasn't here this morning because this morning is when I walked through here for the video I already did this morning. Today? Yeah, that was right. Anywho, see these colonies over there? Well, I'm going through them right now. I got one open with the queen wide open. I want to go back and get an excluder. She's way up in the super, way up in two supers. I want to get her back out. But I look at the first colony on your left right there, and I say to myself, Now what I had done with this colony, I may have explained it in another video. In case I edited it out, I want to explain it again really quick. Basically, it had swarm cells, too far gone, so I split them. But I split them on a double screen, took the queen up top, found her, and this is the one where I found a virgin in the bottom and put her in a nuke. Well, guess what? I put them back together and see if they would combine and see if they would take the queen. They did. They took the queen. They took her right here to this branch. So I went out here today to take a gander at that colony to see if, okay, I'd recombined them last week. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, they're still full of bees. They could possibly swarm, especially if they left another virgin in there. I hope they did leave another virgin in there, because I'm going to tell you right now, there are no cells in there. There were a couple cells that had just been started. Nothing capped at all. So that colony could possibly be queenless with a super half full of honey. Although I did rob a super for the one next to it, now that I know. But I was going through it and I say to myself, they look kind of light. There's no capped swarm cells. Two that were started is all I found, and no queen or anything. Now there is a fresh frame of milk brood and like 3 to 4 day, 3-day-old eggs, because they're still eggs, so they have to be at least 3 days, but they're starting to lay over. Anyway, I noticed something was wrong. I'm like, I saw those little eggs and I thought, well, maybe she's in here. But you know, you want eggs, I know with my experience, I want eggs to be standing up straight in the cells to know that I've had a queen there recently. So I got to thinking, man, the population sure doesn't look big. So I took a super, put it next door, on the hive next door, and just thought, I wonder if they swarmed. I had looked up in the trees this morning, didn't see anything when we did that video. I looked around while I was working on it. I went to work on the next one. Said, oh, let me go get an excluder. And walked right up on this. So there you go. Oh well. No biggie. Really, that's no biggie. That's little. So, nice thing is, old Trusty over there caught that swarm. I snagged the frame of that comb they're building with some eggs in it and put it in here. I'm just going to shake them down and call it a day. I'm not even going to work hard looking for queens or anything like I normally do. Just going to shake them in on this brood. Let's do it. Alrighty, let's do this. I was going to put them in a deep, and they're not that big. And then I said, well, I'll put them in a double nuke so I'm going to put them in this nuke that I can stack up, because I really don't want to waste a deep on these little bees right here. This is our bait with eggs in it, a little bit of honey. Now right in the middle. And I got some old comb. So that swarm was handy being right there. Grab some brood. I wish they'd had cat brood, but you know what? I didn't feel like going in a big deep hive trying to get them some brood. Eggs should be fine. Put a foundation there. That's it. I'm gonna shake them in. Foundation in this drawing when it's all messed up, they can work on that. A lot of times with broods, you really don't have to shake them. You can just lay the branch on there and they'll go in. Let's see if we can break it off. We can do that. Then we don't have to shake them all out in the air. Or we can just shake them. They had to have just swarmed like probably in the last 4 or 5 hours. Alrighty. There we go. See what they do. What I'll do is I'll let them settle in, and I'll put the lid on, and they're bailing off the edge. We got to find those eggs. It's a pretty decent swarm. It had that branch way down to about right here. Pretty decent weight to it. So another thing you do is go ahead and put the lid on so they can start figuring out how to fan the front. And that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see what they do. They might just go right back up there for all we know. They're staying airborne around me. There's some of them going in now. Well, there you go. I let them settle. Let you guys take care of watching them for me. I think they're settled in there. None of them are back up on the branch. I went over there, finished closing up that colony. I had the thing open with a queen in the cage. So I got her settled and then came back and looks like everybody's in there. Took a few minutes. There's some people on the side there. I had to check those guys out, see what those folks on the side are doing. A little clump. Sometimes, you know, them clumps have queens. Anyway, need to look at those colonies. But hey, it was something I tried. I had tried something similar to it last year that didn't work. So this time I tried it again, but I modified my procedure thinking I could keep them apart long enough to think the swarm would happen. I simulated the swarm, but it's just not going to work that way. I was trying to do it with a double screen divider, keep them all in one location. It's not going to work. I just have to do a regular split and be done with it. I was just trying to look for a way last year and this year when I have a split late like towards May where I can quickly pull it apart and still combine it and get a use out of it. But it's got to be longer. But then if it's longer, you make another queen. So then why would you even put it back together? You know, maybe pinch the old queen, or what, you know, or put her in a nuke. You can always do that. That's things you can do. Always save a queen. But anyway, that's all it was. Experimentation. Wasn't a biggie. Wasn't count on it. Once they begin swarm preparation that deep into it, this late in the season, it's out of production at that point. So, all right, well, we caught them. We split them anyway. So we didn't simulate the swarm. We let the swarm happen. Guys, I appreciate y'all coming along. I got to wrap up some colonies. I'm in the midst of work, but I do appreciate all y'all support. Hope you enjoyed this little video and this little clip of catching them bees off that branch. And the first swarm I've actually caught this year. And, you know, not in a swarm trap, I mean, but in a tree or on a branch or in a fence or in a train or in the rain. All right, guys, well, I appreciate y'all watching. This is Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike. I do bees. Today, we caught a swarm. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and may God bless you. We'll see y'all later.